Hi, I'm Cindy Dallow. I'm a sports dietitian with 2Doc Tri Coaching, and this is my husband.
Hi, I'm Kurt Dallow. I'm a sports medicine physician. I'm the other half of 2Doc Tri Coaching. We work together to help you stay active and stay healthy.
Yes, we have a triathlon coaching business, but we also work with non-triathletes, and you can go to 2doctricoaching.com for more information. So I'm going to share some ideas on how you can stay healthy with nutrition, and I'm sure it's no surprise to you that nutrition is an important part of health. It's not the only part, but it is a very important part. And one of my beliefs is that you don't have to follow some kind of strict, rigid diet to be healthy. And there's a lot of diets out there, as you probably know. Some are good, some are not so good. But in my mind, you can have a wide variety of fruits and vegetables and a wide variety of foods and still be healthy. And right now, we all know that's important because with COVID-19 around, it is important to have a strong, healthy immune system, and nutrition can have a pretty important impact on the immune system. So one thing that I do to keep my immune system as healthy as possible is I include foods with a lot of antioxidants in them. And there's a lot of food out there with antioxidants. I'm not going to list them all. But one product that you might be interested in, and there's others, it doesn't have to be this brand, but juices like this that have a blend of fruits and vegetables. So like this has cranberry, purple cabbage, purple carrot, tart cherry, pomegranate. You can also, I got this at Costco. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. You don't have to order something, from some website or anything. I got it at Costco. I also buy tart cherry juice and pomegranate juice at King Soopers. So that's another thing. You don't have to go to expensive grocery stores or buy supplements or powders or pills and all that stuff. You can get very nutritious food from the local grocery store. Okay, so I buy this, and sometimes what I do is I'll mix it with some Greek yogurt and then some frozen berries. And if I have chia seeds, you can throw those in there. There's all kinds of things you can throw in there, but just make a smoothie. Just even with these two alone, this is packed with nutrition, like vitamins and minerals, and then you're getting really good protein from the Greek yogurt. If you can't tolerate dairy products, pea protein is a pretty healthy protein that you can buy in powder form. You can get protein from other sources, of course, but if you're making a smoothie, that's one way to do it. And right now, since we're all kind of stuck at home and not supposed to be going to the grocery store that often, it is a good time to rely on your canned foods. In general, fresh and frozen are better than canned when it comes to nutritional value. However, canned fruits and vegetables are better than no fruits and vegetables. And the fiber content in canned products is the same, okay? So right now, when you're not supposed to be going to the grocery store, every couple of days and get fresh produce, what I've done is I've made quite a few soups and recipes just using canned products. And I know there's a lot of people who think canned food is not good for you. It's actually not as bad as you think. I would rinse the beans, so you rinse out the some of the sodium or some of the other or sugars added to some products. You can rinse that off. You can buy canned corn. You can buy all kinds of canned fruits and vegetables. And there's a number of different soups and things that you can make. So it's really not that hard to eat healthy right now when we're supposed to be spending a lot of time inside. It's really easier than people think. And don't think you have to take or buy expensive supplements. It's absolutely not necessary at all. If you have questions about nutrition, you can email me. You can find my email address at 2doctricoaching.com, and I'm happy to answer any nutrition questions, so feel free to just email those to me. Other foods that are packed with nutrition are going to be like avocados, whole fruits and vegetables, of course. But again, right now with us not going to the stores often, it's better to maybe stock up on more canned foods. Oatmeal, peanut butter, things like that are all good sources of protein and nutrients, and you can eat super healthy on a fairly low budget too. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. So again, if you have questions, feel free to email me from 2doctrycoaching.com. The link is here, and you'll see the link. And I'm happy to answer any questions. If you're also interested in having a nutritionist, someone like me, create a meal plan for you, that's something that I do through 2Doc Try Coaching. And I think it's helpful sometimes to have a meal plan, and then I can follow you and help you with that. So I will turn it over to Kurt to talk to us about some exercises you can do at home to stay fit.
So during this stressful time, some regular exercise is a good idea. And if you have access to being outside, even for short times, it would be great. 30 minutes, you can get a good amount of exercise in at that time, and it doesn't require a lot of equipment. There was a news clip about a gentleman who actually ran a marathon on the balcony of his French apartment. Now, I'm not advocating that, but even if you can just be outside for a brief time, or if you can't be outside, you can do the exercises at home. What we would recommend is doing a little bit of dynamic warm-up. Those are the simple things like good old jumping jacks, okay? Mountain climbers, things like this, getting your heart rate up, getting your large muscle groups warmed up, and then you can go ahead and to do something that is more aerobic at that point, such as you can do running in place. If you have access to a stationary bicycle, you can do that. Worst case scenario, set a timer on your stove and just walk around your place for 20 minutes. That's a good source of exercise right there. If you have one flight of stairs in your house, go up and down the stairs in that way, and you'll get some good cardiovascular exercise that way. There are exercises that you can modify depending on your ability, and if you have problems with arthritis or things like this. I mean, the push-ups can be modified in multiple ways. There are a number of people whose arm strength isn't good enough to do the traditional floor-based push-up, but you can do a push-up by leaning onto the wall or leaning onto the counter and just gently lowering yourself and then pushing up. Okay? You're pushing up a percentage of your body weight, not as much as if you're pushing up off the floor. Okay? But those still work good. Okay? For those that are a little better, then you can actually go ahead and modify it, and you can do a knee-based push-up, and I'll come over here and show you. That would be one in this situation, and my dog Bodie may want to help us here. Position. And when you're doing those, you're going to feel more exercise or more weight on your upper body, so your upper body will get more of a workup that way. I had mentioned something called a mountain climber. That's a pretty simple one. You do it like, picture yourself sort of climbing a mountain. You just alternate legs. That's very good for the lower body in those. And other exercises involve just, okay, this is called a plyometric squat, where you just squat down, come up. If you find that your knees can't tolerate that, modify it a little bit by not going down. So there are a number of things that you can do in the house or outside, get a breath of fresh air too, involving the exercises. One of the best ones to work on your core, which goes from here to here, is the good old-fashioned plank. Now again, it involves getting down on the floor. You can go ahead and, if you're core isn't as strong, you can start by keeping one leg on the floor and just elevating up like this. And then you hold that for about a minute. Bodhi likes to be in all the movies that we do at home.
Bodhi, come here, Bubba.
The other thing that's very good for exercise, Bodhi wanted me to mention this, is take your pet for a walk.
Yes. Oh,
yes. They, we're allowed to get out for brief periods for exercise, and pets need exercise as well. So this is a modified side plank, working on the core, these muscles in here and here. When you're good, you can make it into a full plank like this. Raise your hand up, and you're in this position. And then after you've held that and you start to feel fatigued, switch over to a forward-facing plank. And again, if you need to, you can do those on your knees to start with, but when you're good, go ahead and elevate this way. So again, one of the things that I've found as I've gotten older, okay to modify your exercise so that you can maintain your fitness without putting your joints, ligaments, or tendons with undue stress. And again, most people in the fitness and health industries recommend looking at 30 minutes most days as a baseline. If you want to increase your endurance and increase your strength, then we're looking also at up to an hour of exercise. But we recommend always starting low and going slow in the exercise. Now my wife Cindy likes to do some stretches with bands. So bands are very helpful. You can get these at a number of places. A stretch so you can do things in different ways. We use them a lot for rehab in the office setting for people with joints. So you can get a very good workout with your upper extremity this way. You can do other work. You can work your glutes. These are the large butt muscles here by doing resistance training. And again, Bodhi loves to get into the camera there. Cindy's demonstrating another exercise there.
Yeah, these bands vary in the tension. So this blue one has a lot more resistance, I should say, than the green one. So one thing I do sometimes is this. It's actually good for your tricep on my right arm. Going around this way.
And rotator cuff too.
And rotator cuff. It's hard. It's harder than it looks. But these are a very inexpensive way to do exercises at home. Like there's these, let's see, like this. I do these when I watch TV sometimes. There's various ways you can also use these around your ankles. This is, where's the green one? This is a good one for glute muscles. It looks a little funny, but I'll show it to you. You take these and you put it around your knees, and you're supposed to walk like a gorilla, kind of like this, Bodhi. And you can feel it in these muscles here, like this. And if you do it enough, of course, I could use the blue one too. Or what some people do is down here. Actually, I think that's the better way to do it.
Keep the bands on stretch at that time.
Yeah, stretching like this and going back and forth.
So what Cindy's working on is to prevent what we call WBS, which is weak butt syndrome. Okay, keeping your glutes really strong.
I mean, I've only done this a few minutes, and I can already feel it back here. So that's a good one. And you can order bands on the internet, really anywhere. Just Google exercise bands. Or most physical therapists have bands as well that you can buy. They're very inexpensive. The other thing I like about bands is that when you travel, you can take these with you and do these in a hotel room. You know, you can do them really anywhere. And they usually come with like a booklet full of all kinds of exercises you can do. YouTube also has a lot of others that you can do. But again, let's see, I'm trying to remember some of the other ones.
One that we use a lot for
good
people if you're
stretch.
having
Oh, this is
rotator
good.
cuff problems is you put it on the door, you shut the door, and then you can go ahead and you can work your rotator cuff this way. So these are actually therapeutic exercises for people that have rotator cuff problems. Just got to be careful that your door doesn't open and hit you in the head. And probably a classic exercise that all of us remember as children is jumping rope. Jumping rope is a very excellent way to get cardiovascular fitness in a short time. It also helps you in terms of working on your balance and what we call proprioception, so you know where your body is when you're in the air. And I'm sorry that I forgot to bring my jump rope from downstairs, but doing that for 5 minutes, you'll be impressed at how hard how hard you work during that time, because again, it's very aerobic. You're using arms and legs with that. So again, if you have questions on exercise or fitness in general, feel free to contact myself. I'm Kurt at 2 Doc Tri Coaching, board certified in family medicine. I do primary care orthopedics and have a special qualification in sports medicine. We do a lot of work with athletes of all ages and stages, as we say.
Very cool.
Is that okay?
I was going to check and see if there were any comments on our live feed right now, if there were any questions.
Probably all directed at Bodie.
Yeah. Where'd you get the dog?
It's a very sweet dog.
He is. It is funny because when we do our exercises on the floor, he comes over.
You
And,
literally, you have to go to a different
Yeah.
room, otherwise he sits on you.
are we live?
Well, I don't see any questions in the feed, and I'm not sure if Aaron has any more questions for us.
God, I'm so sorry. This was.
It's all right.
Aaron, I'm very. You got something
Aaron, do we
going
have
on?
any other questions from the feed, or any questions
Are
for
there
them?
any knee exercises that people could be
What
doing
about the one that?
So
at
let's
home?
This one.
Yeah. So this would be more for. We instruct people that we see that have knee problems. Simple exercises to do at home. You can do them on the floor, you can do them in the bed. First one that we like to do to work on range of motion is called a heel slide. You just slide your heel as close as you can to your rear end and then extend it out. So you're working on flexion and extension. Next exercise that we would recommend is called a straight leg raise. You just lift it up, bring your toes towards your head, lift it up, and hold it for a count of 3. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. This works the quadricep group, 4 muscles here that work to stabilize the knee, and you do sets of 10 of those. So 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, down. Lift it up again, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. So try to work up to where you're doing 3 sets of 10 twice a day. The other one that's very good is we call it a quad set. Now, again, I would usually demonstrate this in shorts, but you push your kneecap down and you pull your toes towards your nose. And when you do that, you contract this group of muscles here. Again, hold it for a count of 3. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Other exercises that we found are useful are, again, getting more in terms of doing some things with AB and adduction of the legs here. Okay, this, when you bring something against your body, we call it adduction. When you take something away, like this, that's abduction. Okay, so there are different exercises that I would recommend that people do to help strengthen things, strengthen the muscles on the lateral aspect of your leg as well as in your gluteal muscles.
I also know that a lot of people want to get some abdominals going. Is there anything that people at home can do to be working on their abs and really firming up there?
Bodie, do you want to show what you do for exercise?
How to exercise.
You can do sit-ups with your dog.
Bodie, come here. Bodie, come here. Come here, Bubba. Bodie, come here. Come on. Okay.
So, again, if you want to get back, you want to work on that six-pack. All right.
Good boy.
What you want to do is you can do some partial crunches, hands across your chest. Here, and you'll feel your abdominal muscles tighten, and just relax. It's not recommended now to do a lot of sit-ups with your hands behind your head. You can put an undue stress on your cervical spine. So doing this and coming up works well. Keeping your knees bent and feet flat on the floor helps quite a bit. Another type of exercise, if you want, that works your way, and then you lower your legs down slowly here. Now, if you find while you do the exercises that they're causing pain in a certain part of your body, lumbar, spine, or other areas, they may need to be modified in a way so that you can do that safely without aggravating things. Again, what I don't like people to do is try to exercise through pain or do an exercise that causes pain. You know, pain is a signal that something's going on and that you need to pay attention to it.
You all want to say goodbye, Cindy and Kurt and Bodie?
Thanks for listening. And again, if you have any questions or if you'd like somebody to create a fitness and nutrition program for you, that's what we do. So just and 2doctrycoaching.com.
Love to hear from you.